Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi. My name is Megan, aka Nandiram Moss. If you're a returning subscriber, then you know the vibe, you know the drill. But I want to say thank you for coming back yet again to another video. Today we are going to do something different. I wrote down a list of things so that I won't lose track and be confused. Make sure you have a glass of something because it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot. I'm going to do a series of how I almost lost my virginity. Now listen, disclaimer, I'm not doing this so that I can throw shade on anybody, but I feel like if I had somebody by that time who told me these things that I'm supposed to tell you, I wouldn't be here telling you guys that I almost lost my virginity. So I want to be a big sister, a big auntie to somebody out there. As we all know, sex is not a topic that is most talked about. This series of how I almost lost my virginity, today's episode, or how can I call it, would be how I started dating first. Before we get to demos, you need a boyfriend, right? Okay, yeah, nice. The scripture of today is Proverbs 11:22. As a ring of gold in a swine's nose, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. So this Bible that I have, it has like description of the bishops, like explain. So it is impossible to appreciate the beauty and value of a jewel if it is attached to a swine's snout. After all, this animal is defined as a species that has rough customs, given to dirt and a foul smell. This comparison leads us to understand that a woman may have rare beauty, but if she is indiscreet, she loses her value. However, she who seeks to please God works against this world and does not seek to draw attention to herself, especially in regard to her clothes or her behavior. She values decency and prudence, therefore she is honored by the Lord and by all those who know her. But anyway, that's not what we are talking about today, but this is the Bible verse for today. I just want you to marinate on it and Okay, if you watched my other vlog when I proudly announced that I was going to wait for marriage now. I announced it this year on the internet, but the truth is, as I said before, and I'm gonna say it just in case you haven't watched it, I decided to wait for marriage when I was like in grade 6. I was in Tsuma by that time. I am a kid that grew up in church. In the environment where I grew up, people were getting pregnant at a very young age. So basically, the reason why I decided to do it was not really to please the Lord, but it was to please my parents. I was doing everything for my parents because I didn't want them to be disappointed. When I got my period, it was in December. I was going to grade 8. It was in December, we were in Windhoek. My mom wanted to take me for depot. So that made me like, I had to do my best and stay away from the boys because the boys brings babies. That's the overview. Anyway, so things changed. We were doing very well. So I remember this vow that I made to God. I was like, dear God, I'm gonna do my part and you will do your part. Everything was so fine for all those years. I wasn't having crushes on people. I mean, like, I could, but like, it wouldn't lead to anything, you know. Anyway, so I started dating in grade 11. I know. So, there was this rumor that was going on that I was a lesbian, and somehow I created the rumor. I and my friend pretended to be in a relationship. So the aim for me was to still continue the promise that I made to God, you know, to shoo the boys away. You know, I know it was a terrible strategy, you know, that was working for a little bit. And then suddenly everybody started looking at me like a lesbian. It was cool when the girls were looking at me like that. No, not the girls, but like the boys, because they'd come and be like, bro, what them? I like the vibes that I got from my guys now. And the vibes that I was getting from the girls were just not now, bro, very judgmental. That's when I was like, this is not cute. this is not cute. Even when I stopped, like, okay, this is now it, people were still continuing, you know. They were like, Teresa and lesbian, what. Decided to, like, you know what, this isn't cute. When the opportunity to me was given to like start dating, the aim was to eliminate rumors, or how can I call it anyway. I'm shaking, I don't know why. How did I start dating? We were playing truth or dare with my friends, and then there were these two boys in my class. Every day I'll come after school, because we're in the hotel. Every day after school I'll be like, oh, do this. It was just the 2 points. So they thought I had a crush on one of them. Like, I even wrote one of their birthday on my wall, like the side of my bed, you know. So when it was time for truth or dare, they obviously they're expecting me to say something like that. And honestly, I didn't like them like that, you know. I was just so interested in them. My friends were mentioning their crush now and talking and stuff like that, and then it was just the only me. The comic was just the only me. I'm gonna dare in this video, and some of the tears I'll not notice, but please bear with me. You know, it's weird. Your friends are telling them there are things you don't have anything. But really, I didn't have a crush on anybody, and I felt like something was wrong with me, because why? Everyone is having a crush. What about you? I just felt like something was so wrong. I wanna say that it is okay. It is okay to be whatever age you are and not be interested in anybody. There is nothing wrong with you. Okay? I just had to come up with somebody, a name. So I mentioned a guy. There was this guy that was in grade 12 by that time. Very tall guy, by the way. I was like, yeah, this one will do. So I mentioned him. They dared me to go and say hi to the guy. I said hi to the guy the next day now. The next thing, we were in the hotel, but like, there are people that had phones. We were LRCs at the time. This girl that brought in her phone, so she was keeping it with us, and I was now texting with a guy on that phone. The guy was apparently interested in me as well. We started dating. No. Chill. The guy proposed to me on the phone, so I wasn't really sure about this, but I was just like excited. Because remember this, I've been sticking to the plan of the Lord since I was young. But then I was so excited to do something new. As I was saying, the aim of this video is to tell you guys that you're not alone. If you have decided to wait for marriage, please don't feel like you're alone. We are together in this, you and me. Okay? Though your sister went, thought about it, gave me a week to think about it, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I said yes. Upon saying yes, we started dating now. It was just like a week. And deep down in my heart, I knew what I was doing was wrong. Okay? And somebody, somewhere, sent by the devil or whatsoever, just decided to pop up from nowhere without being asked and be like, you know, dating is not wrong. What you do in the relationship is what is wrong. I don't disagree with that, honestly, but that encouraged me to continue with the relationship. I don't think there's anything wrong with dating, basically just getting to know somebody, because you're gonna have to know somebody before you marry somebody. After a week, I talked to my male friend and I was like, you know, I want to break up with this guy, because I'm not, you know. I still remember what he said. He's like, Megan, date Ramatambondi. I'm like, okay, let's make it a month. Months became 2, they became 3, and I was just going. I just didn't know how to get out of this thing that I placed myself in. But for the first time, I felt, you know, it was kind of nice, really, to be honest. I was even excited to tell one of my male friends that I have a boyfriend now. The idea was good, but later, but then the bitterness is there. And then we're in the second semester. We only had two terms most. Yeah, it was the second term. I was not doing good. I was doing terrible. I'm not a low learner. I'm not like that. And my aunt was like, no, this report part. You're not doing okay. What is going on? And I'm like, everybody is failing at school. And she's like, you're not everybody. And you know, I went back to school, went back to the hostel, and I was like, time to be serious now. We were still talking with that guy named though. still talking with my boyfriend. Call my boyfriend. So all these months of dating him, I've never gone to his place, and I was like, this is good, bro. It's just for texting and stuff like that. And I want to say, when I say that I've never kissed this guy, I'm saying I've never kissed this guy. I have never kissed this guy. He would always call me to like after studies to like stay with him behind and like kiss him. But the thing is, your girl didn't know how to kiss, okay? Where would I know that from? The person was my first boyfriend. Remember I told you that I was aligning with the plan of the Lord. But also the other reason is I just felt like what I was doing was wrong. And I'm that nice girl, bro. I didn't want to be caught with a boy, you know. I was just like, I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea. I don't know, bro. No, what happened next is, you know, remember I told you my marks were not doing so good most. And I went to church, and we have these mentors that just check up on you and see how things are doing. And this woman called me. Oh, I love that woman. Like, God sent her, because God knew what was going on with the little girl. Like, and she's like, what is going on? And I'm like, no, everything is good. Currently I'm in the hostel. And she's like, oh, how is the hostel? I'm like, what? And then somehow she's like, do you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, yes, I do. She's like, okay. Now what plans do you have? Do you plan on getting married? And I'm like, yeah, when we finish school. Honestly, I didn't see my future with this person. Now, listen. If you're following me very well, you knew I was doing this first because out of excitement. I remember the night when the guy proposed and I say yes, I was very excited. I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited. Because like I've never done this before. I was just so excited. I couldn't even sleep. You know that excitement that you're traveling tomorrow. That same one, it's the same one. I was excited. Yeah, I didn't see the things going anyway because this person didn't have the same faith I have in God. So there's no way we're gonna like, you know, cause the, you know, yeah. But I just lied so that she wouldn't like, I don't know, like, in what grade are you? I'm like, I'm in grade 11, the guy is in grade 12, okay? Yeah, she says, you know, I was also in the hostel and I know the pressure is a lot for you seeing other girls date and you've been away from church in a while. I was also in the hostel and I went through my whole high school without sleeping with anybody. Only slept with my husband. That's when I got married because the woman is married. No, that I felt like, wow, really? I felt good to know that I'm not alone. Yeah, that gave me hope. Like I felt like, so I'm not really the only one. Say, I'm not gonna tell you to dump your boyfriend, but like I just want you to think about it. Like if it's worth it. If it's worth it. I went back to the hostel. A few weeks later, I was just thinking about it, but I just didn't know how to. I honestly, you know, remember I told you all those ways, 2 weeks from what. I just didn't know how to let go of the guy and told him, no, I'm sorry, baby, this was all a mistake. I just didn't know how to do that. We had a bash. The guy took me outside again. He wanted us to kiss. Let me tell you something. I'm going to expose myself before the devil does. Before the devil does, I will expose myself. Dear parents, in case they watch and they're like, you're that innocent person, I'm gonna expose myself at the cost of helping you guys. I don't enjoy doing this. I don't enjoy exposing myself. But the thought of someone is gonna learn something from it and I could save somebody is what is making me do this. The thought that if I had somebody telling me what I'm telling you, I could have been in the right straight is what made me pick up my camera. Because I've been thinking about doing this for a while and I was like, Lord, no, not now. Let's do it when we're 21. Anyway, yeah, and I told you already, I remember that part again. I was coming like a week later. I went for counseling in a church and I was like trying to set myself straight. And I remember at school we were approaching final national exam. And you know, national exam is national exam. And I remember our teacher telling us that stay away from things that will take you away from God. And honestly, how I felt like he was taking me away from God, cause boo. But I just didn't know how to like tell him that boo, we can't do this anymore. So he was like, yeah, I don't know why don't you wanna kiss me? Is it something about me? And I'm like, bro, it has nothing to do with you. Like, it has nothing to do with you. I just don't want. And then I go to the block to go sleep. Now, when people were coming in the block, this girl came to me and she was like, Tarasia, I don't know how to tell you, Nay. Like, don't be like I'm snitching and stuff like that, but I want to tell you, but I don't know how to tell you. And I'm like, just talk, bro. And I'm like, and she's like, no, maybe you're gonna think that I'm one. And I'm like, just talk, bro. And she's like, I saw your boyfriend was kissing another girl. The funny thing is, everybody saw. The person that's being cheated on, it's really embarrassing because everybody's looking at you like. But honestly, it didn't like hurt me. That is the escape that I needed most, right? And I didn't take it as, oh my gosh, Petrus. Obviously, the person's name is not Petrus, okay? I was just like, yeah, man, it's cool. The funny thing is, let me tell you the truth. I was like, yeah, it's fine because I didn't kiss him. He went to go and kiss another girl. There's a part of me that was like, yeah, maybe it's my fault. I'm being honest, like there's a part of me that was like, yeah, maybe it's my fault, so it's okay. I don't even care. And I didn't even care. I was like, yeah, it's cool, bro. Then now this guy knew, started tying up his shoes and playing the game. He manipulated the people that were close to me. My life has been a struggle. It has always been, honestly, financially, mentally. I was just not in the mood. We were approaching exam. I remember I was crying and I'm like, I don't have time for this. I have a lot that is going on. Yeah, that's when I decided, Kucha, I don't want anymore. A person that God sent you will not distract you, will not drive you away from the plan that God has. And I remember when we used to talk on the phone, this guy would talk about breaking your virginity and that should have been a red flag. You know, me being the virgin that I was and is, I was shy, you know, with these topics. I was just like, But obviously deep down in my heart, I knew that's not how I wanted things to go. There's a part of me by there that was like, why am I even doing this? Like, not everybody even does it. Maybe it's just okay, you know. There's a part of me that wanted me to lose my virginity by this guy. Too much, honestly. You see, I lost track of everything completely, all the goals that I have and everything. Because now I was like excited. I want to know how it feels and stuff like that, you know. I started becoming curious. But then the Lord was like, come back. Oh yeah, go back. Broke up in grade 11. And then in I think we dated for, 3 years. At home, they saw me as this innocent Megan. But during the night, I was blushing under the blanket. And then this other day when I went for the youth meeting, the pastor was like, here you are pretending. During the night, you are returning text and blushing in the blanket. You know, the devil works in very mysterious ways. But basically, it was maybe the spirit that you know those days when you go to church and then God decides to tell the pastor your secrets and you're just like, how did you betray me like that? Like, yeah, I felt like that. But yeah, and then grade 12 we started dating. I was in the hostel and he was somewhere. He was in a different region. But that was a long distance relationship. I just want to finish the dating thing here, and then the next part we will do the spicy thing. When I took him back is because through all this experience of being cheated on and what, it was just the idea of having a boyfriend, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. I guess I was young and stupid and naive, and we started dating. again in grade 12, but we only dated for maybe weeks, and then he ghosted me. Yeah, because he got a new girlfriend again there where he was, and then we break up. And a guy cannot break up with you, because if he breaks up with you, how is he going to come back? So he's going to give you all the opportunities for you to dump him, so that he will get a way to come back, so that he'll be like, yeah, you're the one who dumped me, but I still want you back. But if he dumps you, you're gonna be like, you dumped me, what do you want? What do you want again? You get it? That's why he gave me all the reasons to dump him. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore anyway. I was like, yeah, okay, that's what you want most. When I was like going to varsity and stuff like that, this guy went through my friend. He knows the relationship that I have with my friend is very good. He goes through my friend. That was now a different year. Remember 3 years of breaking up? I think I called him first. That was the mistake that I made, and he took that as a great flag, I guess. My account was hacked. And let me tell you something about this guy. He had my Instagram account. So that was the way that he had of me. Like when I ask him for my password and give to him, he would find a way to like lure me in. So what happened is, when I was logging in, it showed that someone hacked my account, but it was, I don't know, maybe it was the network thinking, but so automatically I thought he's the one that did it, because that's how it has always been, like him hacking my account. I called him, and that's how he got away to now, like, because obviously now he knew maybe I was going there, and I don't know, honestly, it's just an endless cycle that I created myself, and I'm not proud of it, and I'm not proud that I put myself in situations like that. I'm not proud that I lowered my standards so low. I'm not proud of it. I called him, he's like, no, I didn't hack it. I don't even have your password. Later that evening, I tried logging in, the thing was fine. After a few weeks, I was what he texted me. I was like, what. Basically, all the things that I would tell my friend would tell him. I felt betrayed, like literally. And now the funny thing is, when he would call, he would be like, your friend told me this, and that, and that. He told me that you're going to this and this, and that your aunt said this and this. And I'm like, basically for him, he was telling me that so that I can trust him more. I don't know how to explain it, but like, yeah, he does something like that. And one night he calls me, and we stay on the call for like, I don't know, many hours. I regret it, because that call is the one that changed everything. He started telling me everything about how he was cheating on me in the hostel, and those things I knew already. And now we decided to dump all the other girls for me, and honestly that felt kind of nice. I'm being honest. Honesty alone. And how he wanted us to be together, and how I fell for it again, like the fool that I was. But that Bible scripture that says, I was just returning to my folly, returning to the same nonsense that I promised the Lord that, now I just want to concentrate on you. Now we were together again, right? And I was supposed to go to Windhoek, but things changed. The reason why I accepted him, I remember that day my mom called me and was like, now you can come now, so you can come register and to Windhoek. So I accepted him because I thought, what would be the harm? Like, it's going to be a distant relationship, and I'm not gonna, he's going to be far and I'm going to be far. So let's just try it. So I accepted him. But apparently, I don't know what to say. The devil had other plans or what? I don't know. I came back to Korenkuru, and I was like, Lord, I told you. I was honestly blaming God for my stupid decision. Cool. I think we're gonna end there. Our next video will continue to how I almost lost my virginity. It's obviously going to be 2 parts. So if there's something that you can take from this video, then trust in the Lord's timing. Do not rush. The plan that the Lord has for you is so great. I put myself in this cycle, endless cycle with a boy that was cheating on me, but I was like, cool with it. Keep your eyes on the Lord and on the Lord only. Your environment is very important. Be closer to people that are closer to God. Yeah, if you've made mistakes in the past, it's okay. The Lord is giving you a chance to start over. You don't have a crush on anybody and you feel like there's something wrong with you. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. God loves you and accepts you as you are. You are a child of God, and don't let the devil poison you with the things that you did in the past, because just when you decide to come to Christ, that makes you a new creation. You are a new creation. Embrace that. And don't forget to comment whatever interesting part you think is interesting, and I will see you when I see you. I love you guys, my babies. Bye.